Hi, I'm Christian Triola, author of the Missing Method for Guitar books. And in this video, we'll be using chords that you've learned in Guitar Chord Master Level 3 Power Chords to show you how to play the song Brain Stew by Green Day. Or if you just want to learn the song, that's fine too. So before we get into it, make sure you download the PDF. It has the basis for the song written down in there so that you can follow along. All right, so before we start, I have to admit, I remember Green Day before they hit it big. A lot of friends of mine had their first 2 albums, and I had borrowed those, and I eventually got those, and I really liked them. But I was kind of surprised when I finally heard them on the radio, and they were this huge hit. I mean, to me, it made sense. They were a great band. But I didn't realize that they'd have such strong commercial appeal. But I'm glad they have, because they've had a tremendous career spanning a couple of decades now. So in 1995, they were coming out with their second big studio album. They had already put out Dookie the year before that, and before that they had the 2 albums that didn't get quite as huge, but they were pretty popular. And so in 95, this is their follow-up album, and Brain Stew became one of the big hits from that album. Now, it's not as well known as some of their bigger hits that came later on, like American Idiot or Holiday, Wake Me Up When September Ends, and many, many others. But it still is one of their biggest hits. It's really easy to play, and it's a great tune for practicing power chords because it really helps you learn the chords on the last string. So let's go ahead and break this down. So first of all the chords are root 6 power chords, meaning that the names of the chords are derived from the notes found on the 6th string. So we're not going to be playing 6th string and then jumping to 5 or 4. It's all on that one string. So keep that in mind. Second, we're going to use 3-note power chords, meaning that you have your first finger on the root of the chord, your third finger next string 2 frets higher, and then your pinky finger on the next string after that right behind it. So for the first chord, which is an A5 power chord, you'll have your first finger at the 5th fret, third finger on the 7th fret of the 5th string, and your pinky on the 7th fret of the 4th string. So it sounds like this. And there you go. Now the strumming is very fast and staccato. So they play and then they choke out the sound right away. So it sounds like this. And so what I did is I just dropped my hand right on the strings so you have no sound at all. And they're actually playing 16th notes, 1E, and then it holds out. You wait to the 3rd beat of that measure before playing anything else. So first, let's go through all the chords that make up Brain Stew. We already know the first one, which is A5. From there, we move down to the 3rd fret with our first finger, and the 5th fret with the other 2 fingers, and that's a G5 power chord. So that's the next one. So you would play it the same way you play the A5, with just 2 quick strums. The next one, we go back half a step. Now I call it F-sharp 5. You might want to think of it as G-flat 5. It's the same thing, only because you're moving back that half step. And then again, you strum it the same way. After that F-sharp 5, we go to the F5, 1st fret with the 1st finger. But then we don't just stop after that. We play it, stop, and then hit the next chord, which is the E5, which is the open power chord. So you have the open E string, and then fingers on frets 2 on strings 5 and 4, much like the E minor chord. All right, so I'm going to play those consecutively. You start with A5, G5, F sharp 5, F5, E5, back to A. And it starts all over again. And it goes through that over and over again throughout. So here's everything. And when you hear it like that, it does feel like you're up late at night, your brain is stewing over whatever, and you just can't sleep. And that sound fits the song so perfectly. You know, I'm sure you've been there on the couch late at night, you can't really sleep, and your head just kind of startles you awake. And just when you think everything is relaxing, you know, you're just kind of hit with these ideas that just won't stop. And so the song works perfectly like that. I really like it because of that. All right, so later in the song, they use those same chords, but they add a percussive strum to it, meaning they let go of the pressure so we get that kind of a sound. So it's just the strings being hit with the pick. So you would use the same chords and you do and it's a lot of fun to do. You just play the chord, and then strum just like that, go to the next chord, let go of the pressure so you have that percussive strum, and continue on. So it's a really fun song to play. Definitely download that PDF if you haven't already so that you can take a look at it, practice it, learn what those chords are, and get to know your power chords even better. So I hope you enjoyed that video. So don't forget that if you go to our website, themissingmethod.com, you'll get a free book if you sign up for our newsletter. And once you're on the mailing list, we only send out one email a month, so you won't get inundated with emails updating you on our newest books, videos, and anything else that's coming out from The Missing Method. So have fun, and I'll see you in the next video.